When I was 18 years old and my brother was 14, we had the opportunity to be in a Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood show. I have to say that then and even now, in hindsight, it was the most surreal experience. One of the things I learned from that experience with Mr. Rogers was inspired by a question he asked. And he asked, "So Demarre, do you ever play the flute when you're sad?" And I said, "Sure." He said, "Well, demonstrate for our television audience." So I played something very melancholic, very sad. And he asked, "Do you ever play the flute when you're happy?" And I was like, "Of course." And I played something, that was a little bit more enthusiastic. And essentially, that's what we do. We bring emotions to life via our music, via our instruments. I'll be performing Jolivets Suite en concert with the Utah Symphony. It's a wonderful, wonderful work. It's considered his second concerto for flute. The thing that makes it unique and fantastic, in my opinion, is the fact that it's a concerto for solo flute and for percussionists. So it's primal, it's complex, yet extremely beautiful. I've always wanted a well-rounded musical existence. I knew from an early age that I wanted to play an orchestra. I wanted to play chamber music. I wanted to play concerti. I wanted to play solo recitals, and I wanted to teach. And so I don't think it's a coincidence that pretty much is my existence. The beauty of it is that once I've concluded doing one thing, like for instance, after this, what I know will be a spectacular week with the Utah Symphony, and I go back to playing an orchestra. Playing an orchestra is refreshing. After playing an orchestra, I fly to Cincinnati where I teach, for instance. Teaching, I get so much out of it. And then after that, I go and play a chamber music concert. It's a way to guarantee freshness. My brother, Anthony McGill, is the principal clarinetist of the New York Philharmonic. Growing up, I'm the older brother, so essentially he grew up in a musical household. By the time he started playing clarinet, I had been playing the flute for about 6 years. So it was a very important part of how we connected because I was so obsessed with the instrument. I was so obsessed with music and progressing and growing and getting to know as much repertoire as I possibly could when I was young. And I would say it's been amazing as an older brother witnessing his progression into being one of the top clarinetists in the world. It's not surprising because I remember how great he was when he first started. I mean, good luck finding another even 12-year-old that sounded the way he did. But I'm so proud of him, and yeah, really, credit to our parents for exposing us to what would be our life's passion. I like to believe that during times of trauma, during times of hardship, if you're able to get through it, if you're able to, at times literally survive it, then there's the opportunity for growth. I think there's a lot to look forward to. A lot of organizations, in an effort to stay connected to their audience, went online, presented things for the audience to watch at home. Another thing that I think can really be gained from this past year is that there's been a lot of talk about what's been missing in our wonderful art form and who's been missing in our wonderful art form. And I think it's an opportunity going forward to introduce our audiences to the amazing music that is, for instance, being written by composers of of a variety of communities that we don't usually see. There's great music being written now by people that look like me. I think when anything is going well, when anything is great, the more the merrier. So I look forward to really being part of sharing and performing music that you may not know, but I believe if you heard it once, you heard it twice, that you could also fall in love with.